Today's episode is going to focus on something that's burning through the internet. That is BPC-157 and other healing peptides. Now, these are being shown in social media all through the health and wellness space. And I am constantly being asked on social media and was now asked on this podcast, what do we think about these? And I'm excited to take them on. Today's listener asked the question.
Hey doc, quick question. What do you think about healing peptides like BPC-157?
It's another great question from a listener. Does the hype match what's on social media? Does BPC-157 actually have benefits? Are these healing peptides something that's going to explode and make us all healthier? Or is it just another situation where marketing is taking over for science? Stay with us. This is Hey Doc, Quick Question. I'm Dr. Jeremy Alland, sports medicine physician and team physician for the Chicago Bulls, and I'll be back to answer that question right after this break. So let's start at the beginning. What is BPC-157? BPC stands for Body Protection Compound, and this specific one, 157, is isolated from the stomach. But when you're buying it, you're buying a synthetic peptide derived from the naturally occurring protein. These are made in a lab. Now, the peptide is actually made up of 15 amino acids, so it's called a pentadecapeptide. That's enough organic chemistry for one day, but you get the idea of where we're coming from. It's been marketed for a lot of things, as is usually the case in these wellness products. Gut healing, tendon ligament recovery, even nerve repair and muscle injuries. Basically, the claims are it helps your body heal faster. These are healing peptides. Sounds great, right? But there's a huge difference between what's being marketed and what's actually proven in human beings. This is where I come in. Almost all research so far comes from animal studies, mostly rats. In these studies, BPC-157 actually was pretty impressive. It reduced inflammation, it promoted blood vessel growth, and it sped tissue repair in gut, muscles, tendons, and ligaments in rats. So on the surface, something that protects cells, helps new blood vessels, decreases inflammation, and helps with healing? Sign me up. But that's kind of where the optimism ends. All of the research at this point has been in animals. There has been 0 human clinical trials. So we really have no idea what this does in a human body. And even more so, we don't even really know how to dose it in a human body. As much as there's overlap, rats are not people. Their metabolism, immune system, and healing processes are different. Their environment is different. Their goals in life are different. What works in a rodent doesn't automatically work in a human being. Okay, I can hear those of you who really believe in BPC-157 getting mad at me right now, because you say there really have been studies. But these are all early phase clinical studies on very specific conditions like ulcerative colitis. Nothing has led to an FDA approval. There's no clinical guidelines. They've never even made it up to trying to do widespread dosing where they're trying to compare a group that's taking BPC-157 and a placebo group. There's just not enough evidence at this point, period. So when you see Instagram posts that claim that it helps heal tendons in a week or you're not going to have any pain in a so-and-so amount of time, there's really nothing to support that. That company is promising preclinical science in a rat is going to lead to the same outcome in you. All right, so that's not unique in the wellness world. There are things that have little amounts of evidence that people still try because we say that they're safe. Is BPC-157 safe? The short answer is it looks pretty safe. There's been no reported toxicity, and even high doses didn't seem to cause any harm in these rodents. But without human studies, we don't know the true safety profile. I'm not sure that I would start taking something that they said didn't have any side effects in a rat and believe that it was going to cause no side effects in me. And hypothetically, even if they could 100% guarantee that I was not going to have side effects, how much do I even take? Dosage is incredibly tricky here. Most people online quote numbers derived from the rat studies, but translating those doses to humans is not precise science. So essentially, we're just guessing. We're saying the rat took this much, so you should take this much. It's not how we do it in the real world with FDA-approved products. Did your ibuprofen start off with rat-based dosing when it was first being studied? Maybe. But did it eventually get to the point where we came up with the dosing we have now based on human study and following this over years and years and years? Yes. So when you take ibuprofen, you know the exact dosage, and we know that at a certain level, over 600 milligrams, you may be getting more side effects than benefit. We don't know that with BPC-157. Another important thing, how was BPC-157 taken by the rats? In most rat studies, the peptide was given as an injection, either under the skin or into the body cavity. Most of the stuff being sold online is not an injection, it's being sold orally. When you put it into your mouth and it goes through your stomach and has to be absorbed, that is not going to have the same amount of absorption or effect on a body as taking it through an injection. There was a couple studies where the rats took it through water, but they were carefully controlled in a lab. Again, the exact amount in water through a body is not the same as taking it in a supplemental pill. It is basic biology that when a protein is consumed, they're usually broken down into their basic amino acids and then reconstituted when they get back through your system when you've absorbed them, and they may not come back together the way that you consume them. So if it passes the first test and actually gets into your bloodstream, there's no way to say that those 15 amino acids stayed together and are now doing whatever BPC-157 did to those rats. Another reason why we are not there yet to say BPC-157 in its current form is doing anything. And as with any post or podcast episode that I've ever made about supplements, we also don't even completely know what's in the bottle. You need to make sure that if you're buying BPC-157, which I'm not sure you will after this episode, but if you do, that it is third-party lab tested to make sure that that is exactly what's in there, because these are not regulated. They have nobody overseeing them. They could be giving you powder that has a little bit of BPC-157 and the rest is baking soda. I'm not saying that's what they're doing. It's just nobody would tell you it's otherwise if they're not third-party lab tested from a reputable place. So what are the practical takeaways? Be skeptical of these claims on social media. The marketing is way beyond the science at this point. Understand the difference between human data and rat data. Just because it's been proven in an animal does not mean it's going to get proven in a human. Talk to your doctor before experimenting to make sure that there hasn't been any overlap with any medications that you're taking. And again, we have very little data to say this at this point, so the doctor may just go like this. And lastly, encourage more research. People who are marketing this, reach out and say, can you put your product into a clinical trial so we can learn more? If they say no, they're clearly in it for profit, not in it to actually see if they're helping people. The fact of the matter is, right now, BPC-157 is experimental. And if you use it, you're the experiment. You have to decide if that's okay with you. This is the classic wellness supplement playbook. Take a bit of truth from an animal study or a low-quality human trial and extrapolate it into a huge marketing campaign with a beautiful label and large promises. It's no secret that people get enraged on how much medicines cost and blaming pharmaceutical companies these days, but at least pharma has to prove efficacy and safety through a rigorous process through the FDA. They have to give you what's actually in the bottle. They have to go through stages that take years to make sure that what you're getting is going to be safe and has shown that it's effective. These supplement brands, they make huge profits off something that they've never really tested. They can take this small data and they can just tell you that it's going to do something great, and they can take all the money, and by the time that you get mad at them or we say it's not working, they've already had their riches. Bottom line from me, BPC-157 is exciting in theory, it's promising in animal studies, it should continue to be researched, but it's unproven in humans and should not be consumed by a human being at this point, except if they're willing to be the experiment. It's not ready for prime time. There's no guidance we can give you on human dosing or safety. I'm not recommending it to anybody. I want to thank this listener for sending in an awesome question. If you have your own question, please go to heydocquickquestion.com. Send it my way. I love tackling things like this. And if you haven't had the chance yet, please take the 10 seconds to hit the subscribe button, either on the video or audio that you're listening to right now. It's the lifeblood of what I'm doing, and the ability to continue to bring content like this depends on having more and more subscribers just like you. That'll do it for another episode of Hey Doc, Quick Question. I'm Dr. Jeremy Alland, sports medicine physician, team physician for the Chicago Bulls, and I look forward to answering another one of your health questions next week. Hey, you made it to the end. Great. Now the legal stuff. This podcast is for educational purposes only. It's not medical advice, and listening doesn't make me your doctor. I mean, I like you, but we don't have that kind of relationship. So please, don't use this podcast to diagnose yourself or to treat other people. Always talk to your actual doctor or healthcare provider when it comes to your health. Neither I, Dr. Jeremy Alland, any guests, nor Hey Doc Quick Question LLC can be held liable for anything you do or don't do based on what you heard here. In short, this is information, not a prescription. Be smart, stay curious, and talk to your doc. Oh, and hey, send me your questions.